nation, dominant on your TV station. Heed the call, the escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
Discus lariat.
The huge suplex.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of TCA Thoughts Count Anywhere. I am one of your hosts tonight, Aaron Phillips, sitting. Look at this table, guys. I'm so glad that we have a much bigger. Can you turn my headset down or turn my volume down just a bit? And that's good. Thank you. It is Wednesday, February 19th. Is that the correct date? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
A couple of days. Hope everybody enjoyed their President's Day holiday for those who had off. I am Aaron Phillips. That is Matt Mullen. That is Jason the bell ringer. Somehow we right, thank you. We fired him, and somehow he got back in here to ring the bell. That's how desperate we are. But more importantly, the man in the spotlight joining us tonight is the man behind Versus Wrestling here in town and has a big part in this weekend's Level Up Expo, Mr. Wes Logan. How are you, sir?
I'm well. How you guys doing?
Doing very well, thank you. Bring that mic right up there. It's not an omnidirectional, so you'll need to kind of go right into it there.
Sounds good.
Right. See, now you said you have a voice for radio.
That's good. I have a face for radio too.
Hey, don't steal my line, dude. Have you ever thought about doing your own radio show with that voice?
No, I probably should.
Little music show or something. I can see you doing
fun.
like a jazz show, like line up music, do a little jazz.
I'm a metalhead though, so.
Well, it's okay. You can do that too. I'll let you. It's fine.
All right, I have his permission. That's dope.
But now we do. I know we have a picture. We're going to pop up of you in a little bit.
Okay.
Like,
sorry.
Well, I know, but you mentioned metalhead because you are participating in a band, which we'll get to here.
Okay.
And I saw you with all the makeup on, dude. That's a side of you I've never seen.
It's a little psycho.
That's like Ace Frehley, like Gene Simmons-ish kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was
the Ascension kind of mix.
Yeah, like that was the band that me and my brother kind of grew up on was Kiss. So,
Right. Oh,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
I went as Ace Frehley many years in my Halloween costume and parades in my high school days back in yada, yada, yada. Anyway, Matt, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Doing very well. I can't believe another week has gone by where we are back behind the microphone to talk about the world of professional wrestling. And it's great to have Wes here because this man knows wrestling not only on the national level, but of course having his own promotion here in town and very much in part of the indie circuit. To get somebody who really knows wrestling better than us is quite the coup for us.
I wouldn't say better, but it's close.
You'll sound more professional about it than we will.
Oh, that's a lie.
Anyway, with that, let us get started. By the way, as you're watching the feed, please, by all means, reshare our feed out to your Facebook friends, start a party, whatever. We need you to let the world know that we are on the air. And also in advance, I want to thank the folks at Marsigliano's Pizzeria, located on Sahara and Cimarron, for providing us. We have some inside for you. We didn't want to dirty up the table. Although maybe during one of the quick bakes, we can bring one of the boxes out here on the table so we can give Marsigliano's the right pop. But they provided us with some pizzas tonight. Best wings in town, best Italian food, best hamburgers, you name it. They're on the corner of Cimarron and Sahara. Please tell the Marsiglianos, Richie and Stacy, that Aaron and crew from Thoughts Count Anywhere sent you in there. They'll take care of it. So, we're putting pictures up of the food now as we speak. Yes. So look at that, that's ribs. Look at how those. They showed me like a Yelp review. Someone went in for their buffalo wings because they do them fresh. They don't buy the frozen stuff.
Oh, nice.
And that's one of their cheese. What is that? That's like a cheese and something. Like, look at that calzone. I'm hungry again. And I just had like 5 slices of pizza before the show. But anyway, so go up there, let them know that you heard us here. Okay, with that, it is time that we're going to get started with I Hear Voice. How? That was very tinny. Hit that again. Thank you. I Hear Voices. Yes. All right, Mr. Matt, start us off.
Rumors going around that Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are going to take an extended time off after WrestleMania.
I think well deserved. They've had a very fast-paced year. I mean, why not?
Year, 5 years.
Well,
Seth Rollins has been going nonstop besides like his knee injury.
that's true.
Becky Lynch has held the women's division on her back all year, so
And
I can see them like taking time off to get married, enjoying some time off for a
Yeah.
while.
They've been engaged now for about a year, or been together for at least publicly a year, roughly,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Right. So I guess that's not a terrible thing, right? Get married, the Monday Night Messiah, getting married to the man.
I mean,
Take that for what it's worth, I guess. But no, good for them. And obviously, well, look, that's going to tell me that WrestleMania, Becky and what's her name, Shayna Baszler is the targeted direction for WrestleMania. If they are going to take some time, that tells me she's going to be dropping the belt. You know, a little spoiler here if you think about it. That's got to happen if they're going to take time off, right?
I don't know. Brock Lesnar still works for the company, so.
Well, he's still working. He does it. His time off is contracted.
Oh, okay.
So when he shows up, it's written. You're going to show up
It's
here,
different.
here, right?
Okay.
But these guys are like literally going to take a sabbatical. So kind of like
Sounds like Becky the Vampire Slayer is going to
yeah,
go down.
she's going to go searching for vampires. All right, next topic. Rumor has it The Undertaker is requesting to work with the Phenomenal One because he believes that the Phenomenal One is today's Shawn Michaels. Thoughts?
Agreed.
I totally
100%.
agree.
Is it
with
past
that.
his prime, though, to go up against a guy like AJ Styles? Does anybody really want to see Undertaker and Sting? I mean, I would love to 15, 20 years ago, but
Well, Undertaker and Sting and Undertaker and AJ Styles are way different situations.
yeah, I get that. But can Undertaker hang with a guy like AJ Styles right now?
Well, it's different if you have like Undertaker going against a guy that is brand new in the company and he's got to
Okay.
carry him. That's not the case with AJ.
So if you had the pencil right now, how would you book a match between the two of them?
Oh, I mean, I don't think that Undertaker's going to be the 1990s Undertaker that
Right.
we
Grew up with.
we love. Yeah, I mean, but it's not like the dude can't go. It's not like he's not fit. You saw him last time he was in the ring. He's amazing. He's not going to be dealing with guys like, sadly, Goldberg, where you have to kind of be careful with yourself
Right.
and the other person. AJ knows what he's doing. Undertaker knows what he's doing. They'll take care of each other. It's going to be a good match.
Rest in peace.
AJ's good enough. He can have a match with a broom and make it look good.
Seen it twice.
With a broom? Wow, that must have been a little stiff match. See what I did there? Stiff. Tip your waiters and waitresses on your way out, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, by the way, before I forget, our phone number is 702-660-7666. That's 702-660-7666. Give us a call. Phone lines are open. Ask us a question, your thoughts on anything wrestling, question for Wes, level up, whatever you got, give us a call. You can also ask us in the chat room. Mr. Matt is monitoring the chat room. I, on the other hand, am foregoing my telephone tonight because I've had enough with my phone tonight. But anyway, so give us a shout. Let us know what you got in mind. Next topic.
Rumor is John Cena is going to be facing Elias at WrestleMania,
Again.
which they literally just did this. I still can't figure out why this is going to happen.
You mean at last WrestleMania? It was the sing-off, wasn't it? Thugonomics and versus Elias singing.
Yeah.
I mean, they really haven't faced off in the ring at all, though? Have they?
No, since Elias has gotten big, Cena's been doing movies.
Yeah. Now, here's the other thing. Cena hasn't wrestled, wrestle in over a year, right?
Yeah, I think a little over that now.
Because this SummerSlam, wasn't it like his like the first SummerSlam he's missed in like 20 or something years?
The last major match that he had was with Taker.
Yeah.
at
Right.
WrestleMania.
Sort of.
Okay. So, look, can you have WrestleMania without Cena? Yeah. Do you want to have WrestleMania without Cena if you're Vince McMahon? No.
True.
So would it be better off for Cena to go against a guy like Elias, where you help get over and help escalate his spot, versus a newer up and comer and sort of do the deed, let him get over with you and escalate that person up? I mean, who would be a better choice for him for Cena to meet if it's not Elias? Who would you guys like to see?
Baron Corbin.
That name keeps.
That name was going to come off of his mouth.
The promos would be hilarious.
Is the fourth mic on? Because every time Jason talks into it, unless he's just not into it, go right into the mic. Yeah.
Hello, hello,
There you
hello.
go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
There you go. Baron Corbin's name, we've discussed it for a couple of weeks, comes around, although I like what Baron Corbin said about, what's his name, Dave Meltzer. Did you read what he put on?
Yeah.
Thinks he's a cancer and all that. I mean, I think that's the first straight kind of thing Baron Corbin's ever done since being on the main roster. Now, you kind of grunted at Corbin and Cena. Why is that? Why would you think that wouldn't be a good match?
Oh, it would be a great match if it was NXT Corbin.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of what's going on right now, and
Okay.
I can appreciate what they're doing with him.
Okay.
They're putting him in the spotlight, and he's a great worker. I love him. King Corbin's not doing it for me.
Okay.
It's just not giving me the love for it.
This
And
version as King Corbin or
Yeah.
prior to being crowned king was okay.
prior was okay. It was all right. It just
Okay.
wasn't that gritty, violent.
Like when he first came up.
Yeah, that was
The
brutal.
hair and all that stuff.
Well, even without the hair, like you can still have that persona, that strong build. They're treating him like a punk right now.
So you're
Not a
talking
fan of
about
that.
like the lion version.
Get into that.
Yeah, like he was a
The lion
savage,
version
man.
of,
Like he
Baron
was,
Corbin, where-
yeah, that lone wolf. That was in it. Like that was a nice little, I guess, projection for him. Now he's running off. He's getting beat up by Roman. Like what? What's the point of that?
You know what? I have an opponent that I could see Cena go against. Wes Logan.
Pass.
Pass. No thanks. Not even for a big payday. You wouldn't go 5 minutes in there with him.
Payday like Fast 800. I'll
I
do
don't
Fast
know.
5.
Let's get Ted DiBiase. Everybody's got a price.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I'm sure you can wrestle circles around Cena too.
I can't run circles. I'll wrestle him.
Now, hold on. He does have a few more moves than just the 5. He's
Yeah.
got a 2.
Yeah.
He's got 2 more. He hasn't done them in a year, so I'm sure it's back to the 5.
Right.
I'll take a shoulder tackle. I'm with it. 800 times.
Oh my goodness gracious. Shoulder tackles. All right, next topic. Breaking news. Austin Aries was spotted backstage at AEW. What
That
could
cage
that
match
mean?
is going on right now, so if anybody would like to put
Results?
in the comments if anything happened from that, let us know.
Yeah, please keep us updated because we obviously, although we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we have about like 12 TVs in this studio. Not
We're
one
selfish.
of them.
They're all on us.
That's very true. That's all right. That's a good
The
point.
one right here could definitely show some AEW right now.
That's right. 702-660-7666 is our number. Call in, let us know who you'd like to see in the face or any matches regarding WrestleMania or whatever you have on your mind. So, all right. We'll suspend the rest of the sheet for a few minutes because I want to get more into Wes and his background. How long have you been in Vegas?
I've lived here all my life.
Oh, so you're a natural.
Born and raised, man.
Sorry.
Only one in my family. I
The
know,
only
right?
one of you? The only one?
Yeah.
Really? How'd
Some-
that? So you have other brothers and sisters or
Yeah,
family?
yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's from Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What part?
Evanston.
Evanston. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. I have family out there in Illinois, just outside Chicago.
Oh, right on.
So, very good. So how long? So you've been born and raised here?
Yeah.
What's the city like how would you describe the change of Las Vegas from then to now? How would you describe it for somebody who has no clue what Vegas is about?
It's never the same. You'll come here one year and then the next year it's completely different. I love Vegas for that aspect because when I go to other places and I see something with a little bit more culture and background to it, I'm intrigued by that.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing things change regularly is cool with me because I grew up with this. So with the town changing, me changing, it's just always developing. And
So
I
you
love
kind
it.
of feel you've grown with the city almost. The
Yeah,
city growth
absolutely.
is parallel to.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a neat perspective. Matt, you want to fire away a question at Mr. Wes? What's been on your mind that you want to ask Wes?
Since I've got to know you over the years, what's like your favorite match you've been a part of?
Man, there's been some fun ones. I've had 2 separate dog collar matches that were actually really cool. Yeah, one was really bloody, kind of gross. While I'm West, it was gross. The other part of me was like loving it. But I've been in 2 dog collar matches. I've been a couple ladder matches that were pretty fun.
Nice.
Yeah, those are probably the extent. I've had some really good matches with some cool people, but I think those are the ones that stand out.
Right on, right on. So what was your interest growing up that you wanted to do versus, dare I say versus, see how I snuck that in there, versus when you realized wrestling was a direction you really wanted to pursue?
Well, it was actually kind of flip-flop. So wrestling is what I wanted to do since I was 2 years old.
Okay.
I've always wanted to become a wrestler.
Okay.
And then when music kind of became like forefront, being in bands and being in sadly I have to say it, I've been in choirs and all that fun stuff and just developing that.
Robe and everything.
Yeah, all that fun stuff. Yeah, like that was kind of like the thing that I started getting more interested in.
Okay.
And then when they kind of bled together, it was like, yeah, it's kind of inevitable.
So you hinted to the band. Talk about the band in town that you participate with.
I sing for a band called Death in Motion, or DIM for short.
Okay.
Been in the band since 2006, so it's been a while.
Okay.
Running strong, doing a lot of recording right now. So hopefully we should have our album out by the end of 2022.
I know. I know Aaron is diligently trying to get one of these screens up for us to catch what's going on at AEW, but we do have a picture of you, makeup, band, and non-band, so people can kind of get a sense.
Yeah.
So you said, so the band's been performing for years now.
Yeah.
Is this your first album that you're really recording and putting out there of substance?
We've had two prior. We had one that was self-titled, Death in Motion, and then we had Dias de los Muertos, The Days of the Dead.
Thank you.
So
I missed Spanish in high school. So.
Those two were our strongest, I guess, releases, and then both of them are on Spotify if you guys want to check those out. And then this next one, we're kind of doing like a concept where we have a few songs here that revolve around one subject, and then another set of songs that revolve around another subject. So hopefully this will be kind of like a blend in on how our band is.
Right on. Where have you played? Now, do you primarily just play in Vegas, or do you travel?
We travel every once in a while. Sure. We kind of stick with the West, but we've played in Ohio for Gathering of the Juggalos. There you go.
Okay.
We've worked with them. We've done some shows in California, Arizona. We kind of bounce around kind of the West, but yeah, we're maintaining in Las Vegas right now.
Matt?
Hey, you put on some good shows. Everybody should look him up on Spotify. It's great music.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Aaron, in case you want to know, the Gathering of the Juggalos, he's talking about ICP and Twisted.
I got you. I thought he said gigolos. That's why my ears perked up for a little bit. I'm like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
how come I wasn't invited?
I kept my shirt on for that one.
Derek in the chat room has a question for Wes. He said, rumor has it you're also a nerd. Any words to these
Not a
allegations?
rumor. That's 100% true. Spot on, Derek. Good job. Any more questions you got, Dirk?
What would make him say that you're a nerd?
Oh, I mean,
Obviously you have a lot of likes outside, so give us
yeah.
some of your nerd side.
big Marvel buff. Like I like DC every once in a while too, but like Marvel's kind of been my number one.
Talking to Batman geek
Hey,
right here, dude.
Love you, but yeah, no.
Batman's just a man.
Batman's just Iron Man with black.
Still works. It still works. It's okay. I'll take his toys too. That's fine.
Man.
Just give me the car.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
I just want the car.
I'm kind of lame on the video games these days. I haven't been able to play, or I just lack the time and effort to do it. But I was really big into video games as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling, obviously, being the nerdiest thing that I do.
What was the first match? What was the first wrestler growing up, or the first match that you saw that said, "Okay, I'm sold"? I know you said it too, but there had to have been a turning point early on in your life when you said, "Okay, I've seen this guy, this match, whatever it was. This is it. This is the direction I want to go."
It was pretty specific. I was walking in the living room. My dad was like really sick for some reason, and he was watching Survivor Series, and one of the teams was Demolition and the Powers of Pain with Fuji as their manager.
Wow.
Well, there was a good little transition where they started having a little bit of heat with each other, and I saw those teams, and I was like, I want to be them.
Right on.
Those are the guys that I looked out to, and then obviously like Road Warriors kind of took over that one.
Sure.
So those are the guys that I looked up to when I was a kid. Even though like you had your Ultimate Warriors and your Hulk Hogan's, those were my guys too. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But Demolition and Road Warriors, Powers of Pain were like the awe-inspiring guys.
All
I was like,
heels, I
yeah.
notice.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you about that.
1976, I was in Madison Square Garden, 12 years old, when I saw Bob Backlund beat superstar Billy Graham for the first WWF title.
That's awesome.
That was my first live that my dad took me to. And prior to that, I was just watching it on TV, but that was my first live, and that's when I got hooked.
Beautiful.
And I interviewed Bob Backlund a handful of years ago, which you can find on YouTube, by the way. What a great thrill it was. And he wrote a book, Bob Backlund did, and when he was writing about being in that match, having watched it as a spectator, but then him describing the action from the ring perspective, I had a whole different appreciation of view of that match.
Man, yeah.
You know, reading his words on that.
The first set of shows that I was able to go to were like a set of superstar tapings.
Okay.
I won tickets. I won like 10 tickets
Wow.
dressing up like the Ultimate Warrior as a kid.
Cool.
So we brought our whole family, got to watch. I watched Honky Tonk Man wrestle 10 times that day.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That dude was a savage back then, man. He was just getting it in.
Right on. Right on. No, that's pretty cool. That is, listen, we all have those hooks that get us inspired to do something else. So I want to mention that your significant other's here in studio with us.
Mm-hmm.
What was her reaction to those bloody matches and fights and dog collar
She
stuff?
didn't get to see any of that. She doesn't want to see any of that.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you really kind of shield her from what she can't see you, so to speak.
Well, like that was around the time that I was kind of like getting into the business and doing
gotcha.
some kind of crazy stuff. And
Okay.
then, don't get me wrong, I still am pretty active physically.
Right.
But since then, I've kind of been more of the office role, trying to
Right.
make sure all my boys and girls are taken care of when it comes to the
Right
ring.
on.
But
Which I can vouch for because I was a ring announcer for one of your cards, and Wes, I've seen it firsthand. Takes care of the crew definitely, and I know. And that night you did not perform in the ring action-wise. You
Right.
did have something you had to do in the ring, and I noticed your significant other was running around taking care of business, so there was no fear of anything happening.
right. She takes care of us 100%. So
Right
yeah,
on.
much appreciated.
Right on. So, cool. Matt, Jason, fire away. Anything? If not, we're going to go back to our list for right now.
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right, let's start our WWE report there, Jason. Ring the bell. Finally, British Bulldog being announced as an inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame, which of course rings Aaron, who is our producer and owner of the studio. It was from Canada and pretty much knows the entire Hart Foundation family.
Wow, that's
So I'm sure that this is something that he's. Hey, RL Washington is watching. Thank you, buddy, for Reckless. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you checking it out. Absolutely. Yeah. So British Bulldogs finally getting in.
Love it.
That's awesome. I hope it's one step closer to get Owen in the Hall of Fame.
I hope so too. I think so. I think that's a good stuff. So that'll be great to see that happen. Next topic. Don't slow down on me. I'll fire your ass again, dude.
Don't fire me.
Somebody gotta go.
Shelton Benjamin signs a new multi-year contract with WWE. I have mixed emotions about this personally, but guys, only because I think he's being underutilized.
True.
He's a great talent, specimen physically. You know, we know what he's done in the past with Charlie Haas and the Kurt Angle thing years ago. Still a great performer in the ring. Is this a matter of Vince signing people to keep away from AEW, or does he really have maybe plans for him with all the other platforms of WWE?
I don't think he has plans at all.
That's
trying
true. No,
I'm not trying to be rude about it.
No,
It's just like
no.
I don't think he has a plan.
Yeah.
Especially with Shelton. Shelton's amazing talent, and yeah, he's trying to keep him from utilizing. But for somebody that I can 100% appreciate, not only as a talent but as a mentor, because he's kind of passed down some knowledge to all of us. Do you want Shelton to stay home and not make money, or you want him to travel around and do the WWE thing for a bit?
Absolutely. Matt, your thoughts on that?
I think it's solely for WWE to keep him. He doesn't want him to go to AEW because ever since AEW started gaining ground, Vince is randomly signing all these people to like 3 to 5 year contracts.
And he let the best one get away in Luke Harper, but that's just me.
True story.
But there's a guy who could have been so much more on his own and that whole character base. And for a big guy to be as athletic and do what he does in the ring, I'm sorry, that's a guy that they should have found a way to keep.
Well, hopefully he finds stronger
I hope so.
situations.
And
later.
chances are Matt Hardy's probably going to pop up in AEW within the next couple of weeks. And rumors, everybody's talking about being the leader of the Dark Order, whatever that faction is. So
Beautiful.
I'm just looking over to my left, and Aaron is still trying to bring up the AEW show.
Diligent.
It's Dynamite is the name of the show. And what channel are they on? I forget now.
241, and I think it ended like 20 minutes ago.
TNT. Well, that's the East Coast feed. The West Coast feed will actually pop back up here probably as we just go off the air. I think at 8 o'clock.
Gotcha.
But we can check it out. Okay, next topic. MVP hired as a producer. Good move, bad move. What do you think? The guy's been away for so long and comes back at Royal Rumble and boom. Yes.
I love it. He's a mind. He's somebody that definitely needs to be in a position of power when
Okay.
it comes to writing. I can appreciate MVP for many reasons. Like, in ring has been so smooth, and he doesn't stay still. Like, he does a lot of MMA events. He does a lot of, I think he even refs for certain jiu-jitsu events as well.
Wow.
He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, actually.
it's
He was just here for like some kind of tournament.
Yeah, it's amazing what that dude is into, and the fact that he is been given a position at the WWE, knowing that he has a mind, is awesome for me. I love that.
There was the series of shows that have been on Viceland, not the Dark Side of the Ring, but the other one that's on there. MVP was main focus of one of those shows, talking about how he's developed his school, where his travels are. I don't remember why he was what the theme of the show was, but Booker T's name came up and all of that. But MVP was a main focus of this one particular episode, talking about how he's performing now, and he's been passing the torch to teach more than he is actually performing in the ring.
Yeah.
But when he performed in front of his kid, that Raw after, I mean, that was like the greatest highlight, and God bless him. I think that's great
100%.
to give his kid that type of experience to see his dad, in the ring, causing havoc. I just want to remind everybody that you are listening to Thoughts Count Everywhere. Right, Thoughts Count Everywhere, anywhere, wherever you want to be, Thoughts Count. Right here on GoLive.Vegas. Thank you for tuning in through Facebook. Thank you for tuning in through the GoLive.Vegas.com website. Also, if you need to leave, hey, don't forget, please download the app on your phone, Android, Apple, whatever you want. Go Live Vegas, 3 separate words. Download it, take us on the go. We're also being streamed live right now on Go Live Periscope, Go Live Twitter, Go Live YouTube. 5 sites you can catch us on. And of course, after tonight, our show will re-air Sunday at 6 p.m., this show. Plus, the man to my right has the market cornered on every social media site that you can find TCA on. So why don't you just give him a list of some of the few?
You can find our video on YouTube, and then you can find all the audio on Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and everywhere else you can find a podcast.
It's probably a shorter list of where we're not than where we are.
Truth.
So with that in mind, if you have a business, a product, an idea, or concept that you want to get out to the world, this is the platform to do it with us. We have our growing market. Our show base, our show views have, 400 or 500% really since we've moved here. All the outlets that we have it on, now's the time to get involved with marketing and promoting and allowing our platform to be made available to you, just like we did for Marsigliano's Pizzeria over on Sahara and Cimarron. Go in there and tell them Thoughts Count Anywhere sent you in, and they'll take care of you for sure. And we appreciate that as well. So, good stuff. Reach it. What's the email that people need to send?
ThoughtsCountAnywherePodcast@gmail.com.
Give it again.
ThoughtsCountAnywherePodcast@gmail.com.
One more time.
ThoughtsCountAnywherePodcast@gmail.com.
Old
I'll write
rules.
it in the description.
Oh, no. I'll tell you why. In advertising, you give an email and/or phone number 3 times in the ad for people to get it.
That's right.
I'm not just busting it. If I'd asked you,
ThoughtsCountAnywherePodcast@gmail.com.
Everybody knows Glenn Leonard, man.
that's right. That's it, man. 702-660-7666. Please give us a call. Tune in and give us a call. Whatever you'd like to do. Chat in the chat room as you had. Matt is monitoring it. He did pick up questions, so please keep firing them in. Okay, let's keep going. Next topic. NXT. I'm sorry. Kathy Kelly leaves WWE. I hate to say this. I didn't even know Kathy Kelly was part of WWE. I hate to say it because you know what happens with all the shows that we can now watch, right? SmackDown, Raw, AEW, NXT. I got to be honest with you. I tape them. But as I'm sitting there with my wife, no, I'm not even, I don't even have the time to DVR, go through the DVR and skip everything. I just pull it up on my MSN feed and I just read the highlights.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know, I really don't remember seeing this young lady in the background, but she wasn't there a very long time from what I recall, right, from reading.
I want to say 5 years Kathy Kelly's been there.
Yeah.
She's a great interviewer. And it sucks that she's gone, but hopefully
They
she
let
has
her
some
go,
different-
didn't they?
That
Or
I
did she
didn't
quit?
see. I think she quit.
She quit?
I think she got another job somewhere.
Do we know?
Triple H did a backstage thing and said the door's always open.
Oh, okay.
You're
Well, that's
always
cool.
NXT, and then the Undisputed Era had to mess with her like they do every single week, and basically made her the 5th honorary member.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. That's all right. Just like when they had the referee, the female NXT referee, come up to Raw, I saw the back videos and all that. I mean, Triple H and everybody gave her a great send-off. I thought that was terrific.
Absolutely.
That was terrific. All right, next topic. Charlotte officially accepts the match versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Thoughts?
That's pretty cool. It puts a big spotlight on Rhea Ripley and the NXT title at WrestleMania. I'm looking forward to seeing that match. I really didn't want to see another mixture of the 4 horsewomen of wrestling go at it again. I've seen it like a billion times already.
Gets played out. Need the fresh storylines. So,
Pretty much the only one that I'm excited for.
is that match? Is that match?
Yeah, I mean, if Drew McIntyre wins the championship, I'm 100% behind that.
Okay.
But that's, Rhea and Charlotte probably.
What's your? I got to ask you. You brought up Brock earlier, and I want to ask you, as a guy who performs in the ring, as a fan, I don't like Brock Lesnar being the attraction, a la Andre the Giant that you have on your shirt there. Andre was 7'4", 500 pounds, could drink 20 cases of beer and not even have a hiccup. Okay, and as he got older and physically was breaking down, yes, he became that attraction. He could not do what he has to do, but that was Andre. He did not really ever have a championship of any length. I mean, I think once or twice he had the heavyweight champ. He got a guy in Brock Lesnar who is carrying a belt. I am not for having these part-time champions. Champions are supposed to defend their title every 30 days. In the old days.
Yeah.
Now they do away with the rematch clauses. I've heard that that's been taken away from storylines. What's your thoughts on a part-timer, so to speak, wearing a belt in a guy like Brock Lesnar? Is it good for business, bad for business? I'm just curious to get your take on something like that.
Well, I think you already answered the question. Do you not like it?
Me personally?
Yeah.
That me?
Yeah.
No. I'd rather have somebody that I see every week wear a belt and be on television.
And then they're doing their job.
Yeah, but I turn it off. Except for pay-per-views.
Yeah, if you're turning it off because of the product isn't there, then understand. But like
Pay-per-views, I have no choice.
Yeah, of course. These guys are getting pissed off and they want Brock to lose, so
Right.
they're gonna tune in and see him
Right.
lose
Right.
when he's there.
All right, so as a fan, though, now
Yeah.
put your fan hat on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always going to be a big fan of Brock Lesnar just because of how violent he can be. But, I mean, if he's not going to be on the road that often, then maybe you should put it on somebody that's going to put a little bit more effort into it. And it just doesn't seem like anybody is at the Cena, the Brock Lesnar, the Undertaker level to do that anymore. Like, you can put it on Roman Reigns, but everybody's going to shit on Roman Reigns. He's
Right.
there every week. Nobody cares.
Right.
They did the same thing with Seth. Nobody cares. Now they got Bray Wyatt and then Brock Lesnar as a champion.
Right.
Do you want them to lose?
No, but Bray Wyatt, I don't really have much of an issue with Bray Wyatt.
Right.
Because he's been there.
Right.
Okay, he's been there every week. Okay, they give him the championship. He still makes appearances on Raw, even if it's just to dismantle somebody for part of a storyline. But he's on TV every week. Okay? Heyman coming out to talk for Lesnar in those weeks where he's not there is not the same, in my opinion.
I agree. But he's still an escalated wrestler at this point.
True.
When you have Bray Wyatt drop down in popularity, then they're just going to take whatever he has away from him.
True.
He's still up there. There's still interest in him. He's still doing a lot of fun stuff.
And God bless him for what he's done with this Fiend and the Firefly Funhouse and how Firefly, don't try this at home, folks. Firefly Funhouse.
There we go.
and how he's, again, reinvented himself. First, he was Husky Harris, NXT, when he first came up, right? And then the first incarnation of Bray Wyatt with the Wyatt family. And now this. And, God, this guy, brilliant.
Yeah.
For coming up with this concept. It'll just be interesting to see how long he can sustain this character with or without the belt.
I think if they just let him keep having fun, keep doing what he's doing,
Yeah.
there's really no stopping. Even if they take the championship
Right.
off of him, like, he's the new Undertaker at this point.
Very true. Very true.
He definitely doesn't need the belt to be over.
Not at all.
He's over himself.
I was surprised they gave it to him because of how over he is. Like, they could have teased that a while.
Yes.
And they just didn't.
One of the shows I listen to is Busted Open on Sirius, and I love the 3 different guys that co-host with Dave. I don't know, you guys listen to that show at all?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got Mark Henry, Tommy Dreamer, and Bully Ray. All 3 of those guys give different perspectives. Bully Ray is the straight producer kind of mentality when he's talking, And he talked about after Wyatt got the belt that it was still too soon for him.
I agree.
So
Yeah.
as did I,
Yeah.
did I, But we'll see what happens. WrestleMania's not too far. I don't remember who they're talking about as a potential opponent, but we'll see what happens at WrestleMania. So
Fingers crossed.
next topic. You want to talk about NXT Portland?
NXT Portland was on Sunday. That was a great pay-per-view in my opinion. We had Keith Lee defeat Dominic Dijakovic. Dakota Kai defeated Tegan Knox with some help. Finn Balor defeated Johnny Gargano. Rhea Ripley defeated Bianca Belair. The Broserweights of Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle won the NXT with some help from Johnny Gargano, which
Was
supposed to be a heel turn, but Johnny's such a good guy that I don't know how that's going to work, but we shall see.
That they never disappoint. Never. Every time they put a show on, it's like I don't even. I hate saying this because I'm a very big advocate for watch what you can watch, but I don't even watch Raw and SmackDown anymore.
I was just going to ask you. You got Raw, SmackDown, AEW, Impact,
UA Power has been a big strong one for me.
and that's really making a huge mark.
Love it. MLW,
MLW as well.
All those saturate. And I've been catching up with New Japan as well, but even that kind of fell through after Wrestle Kingdom. But yeah, like those are my main kind of go tos. If it's not NXT or AEW, I'm definitely jumping on MLW and NWA.
Interesting you didn't mention ROH.
Yeah, got a lot of good people over there too, and it just doesn't seem like it's hitting just yet. But with the transition, I think Marty's going to do some big things, and with their connection with NWA, like even though I don't watch Ring of Honor as much as I used to, this transition into the NWA brand in with Ring of Honor is going to be pretty.
Now we
intense.
also, as you know, last couple of weeks we had a local celebrity wrestler, Killer Cross, moving on from Impact after he dealt with all of his stuff there. Now he's officially signed as part of WWE. Your thoughts on him going to WWE?
So Kevin is a buddy of mine. I love him. Was in a tag with him for a good little while. So the one thing that I'm afraid of is if they don't put him in NXT and have him grow that brand, that they're not going to do anything worth anything with him on Raw or SmackDown. That's the only thing that I'm afraid of. If he ends up making
So, I mean, look at the guys now. Drew McIntyre is for the third brand, not the developmental brand, the third brand.
that's how I feel it is now.
Right.
On NXT than they would ever be able to do anything with Raw
Right
and
on.
SmackDown. But we'll only see when it happens.
Now, we also had another local guy. It was announced, yesterday about Chris Bay, right?
Yeah, Chris Bay signed with Impact Wrestling.
Yeah. So what's great about that is the source of wrestlers now are being recognized, whatever others we have here, and they're coming through the ranks, and the guys are putting in their dues and getting that opportunity. I've had the pleasure. I interviewed Kevin Cross twice on different shows over the years, and he's hungry for it. He's hungry for doing what's best for the brand and getting out there and getting to the best.
Kevin's not only hungry, but he is intelligent.
Yes.
So the fact that he has that intellect and he can utilize that mindset to bypass a lot of the BS that is involved.
Because this is our indie report, and we have something next on our list, something about versus welcomes to our house at LV, the Level Up Expo. Something's going on. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah. So
I think we have a picture of the flyer that will be popping up here in a second to show our audience. Right, Mr. Ellicus? There you go. There
so
it is.
little
Thank
known
you.
fact from everybody that has ever been to a Versus show, Level Up Expo was actually our first set of shows.
Right on.
So they've had us back every year since then.
Okay, and that was when? What was the first year?
2018.
Oh, right on.
We did a little bit of business with them over in Big Valley the year prior. Once it developed that we were bringing up Versus, they gave us kind of a showcase. Level Up has been the Level Up Expo Championship, and they gave us the Versus Pro Wrestling Championship. Last year we unveiled our Versus Tag Championships due to Level Up giving us the love over there.
Nice.
And then
Right on.
that jerk Mike Steele has another championship that he decided that he was just gonna put on himself that somebody's gonna have to take from him here soon. So.
Gotcha. Any insight on that? A little spoiler you want to share?
Yeah, so Beast the Butcher is going to be going against Mike Still on Saturday.
Right on.
At Level Up Expo. But Level Up Expo this year, February, up against the Level Up Expo champion, Shaggy McLovin, night 1. Night 2, we have Tornado Tag Turmoil for the new Level Up Expo Golden Controllers. So we'll see what teams are going to be involved in that. And then we have Big Boss.
Yeah, so now can you just quickly provide...
There's a new light here. That's cool.
Am I that don't turn red? I'm cool.
Was that dark in
right.
here?
I was just going to say, I want to let Wes know the last couple of weeks, with a couple of minutes to go, it all of a sudden gets very red in here, if you know what I'm talking
Taz
about.
here? I love Taz.
No, it's not Taz. I wish it was Taz versus the other red light we get. But anyway, how can people take part? For those who don't know what Level Up is, let's first talk about that. What is the expo in general?
It's actually an anime and video game expo. So
Okay.
you'll see a lot of cool things like people that have been involved in video games, involved in anime. You'll even see some bands that perform, like they call Chiptune. Decaying Tigers, one of the very big bands that are going to be involved with that. Ref for Las Vegas Wrestling, Austin Grimes is actually a part of that band as one of the drummers. So please check out Decaying
Right on.
Tigers. Yeah, it's a great expo. You'll see some really cool things, a lot of cosplay, a lot of really cool people that are involved. So if you guys get the chance, come through. Come see Versus.
And how can people get tickets? How do they get in?
If you go to the levelupexpo.com, they'll have everything that you can imagine as far as information. You can go to buy tickets. If you put in VPW20, you'll get a discount for Versus. So come
Right
through.
on. And some commentary hack or something supposed to be there performing commentary for Versus.
Ain't gonna point any elbows or anything.
Not a finger, an elbow.
That's right. A finger. Just an elbow. Hey, I've had worse pointed at me. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
That's another life.
That's a whole nother topic of a show. Yeah, so I will be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I told Wes via messaging, I said, dude, I don't play these games. I go back to Pong, okay? Boop. So use me as much as you want on the microphone. I'll probably walk around just a little bit, but I'm there for the wrestling.
No
dude.
Call of Duty for you, huh?
No, the Call of Duty is when you say, Aaron, I need you behind a mic. That'll be that's my Call of Duty.
Sounds good.
But yeah, come on down, check it. It'll be a lot of fun. It is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the convention center, right?
Yeah, at Las Vegas Convention
Yeah,
Center.
so it'll be great. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of room to do everything down there if it's at the convention center. 702-660-7666. Give us a call. Phone lines are open. Keep chatting with Matt in the chat room if you have any other questions.
Speaking of that phone number, we have a prize for one of our callers. If first person to call 660-7666 might end up with a prize that will get him inside the door at
No.
Level Up Expo.
No way. Might end up with a prize?
Might.
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 But they have to call in.
Gotta call.
I don't know if you saw this in the chat room, but somebody named of Mike Steele put a couple of messages in there. He goes, and I quote, the first message is, what the hell?
Sorry, Mike.
I'll be there talking about that now.
again. I got your back all the way until Saturday, my dude. Me, Go Home Show, Thoughts Count Anywhere. Y'all got Mike Steele's back. Okay.
Oh, no.
Saturday comes and your ass is beast, bro.
Oh, wait a minute. The white light is blinking, which can only mean one thing. We have somebody on the line. Thank you for calling Thoughts Count Anywhere. Who's this, please?
Brandy.
Hey, Brandy, how are you?
Trouble.
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. We have you on the line, so if you have a question or comment, shoot.
Hi, Wes. I love you.
I love you back.
You know his significant other's here in studio, right?
She loves
Just
it too.
wanted to win the prize.
You did say that was a
Congratulations.
surprise.
All right, well, you guys take it from there, whatever she's got to do. So she's calling in for the prize. Matt?
You will have to pick it up at Power Play Sports Cards tomorrow.
At the...
Boulevard Mall.
Thank you.
The Boulevard Mall?
Boulevard Mall.
Yes.
Okay.
It'll be any particular time because I know you got to...
All right, sounds good.
Thank you, Brandy.
I don't know what time you're dropping them off.
Do you have any
Thank
idea?
you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for calling.
Bye, love.
So we got our caller to get the tickets. So when will the tickets be there? Because I know we got to get them down there, or like after 12.
I will put
Yeah,
it
it was
in the...
after 12.
I know who it is who won, so I'll let her know.
Oh, okay. So you'll take care of that.
Yeah.
Okay. You know the winner. We don't want to say there's any collusion here or anything, but hey, whatever works to get the
No one
tickets.
saw me
up.
touch my phone within that minute, so...
That's why all
It
these
wasn't
calls
me.
didn't come through.
That's Right. Okay, so again, February 21st, 23rd at the Convention Center Level Up Expo and Versus Wrestling both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all 3 days. There will be plenty of wrestling for your liking as well. Real quickly, next topic. You almost had me worried there. Almost had me worried. BVW had their show this past week. Great show. It was a tournament where each of the 4 tag teams were split up to face each other in a tournament setting to get into the Fatal 4-Way to win the Las Vegas Fighting Championship, which is a new title that then has the right to go against and go for any title that they want. Kevin Duckett's won the belt, so we'll see what he chooses next. All right, we have another caller on the line. Caller, who's this, please?
Thomas.
Who's this?
Thomas.
Oh, Thomas, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you guys?
Good, thanks for calling.
We're good.
You have a question or a comment?
Yeah. Do you guys think Hulk Hogan should be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
Which battle royal?
The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh, that would be awesome. The brother.
Well, he says he wants to come back at WrestleMania, and it would be a match that would sort of protect him a little bit, right? I mean, would it make sense? I mean, there obviously WrestleMania season being what it is. Would you guys like to see him in that setting?
The only way I would like to see that happen is if he comes out as the Terminator, because he's got so much metal in him. If he just comes out Terminator Hogan.
There you go.
That's right. That's good,
Yeah.
right?
How about Robo Hogan?
Robo Hogan.
Hogan.
And then he comes out with RoboCop like Sting.
There you go. There you
Epic.
Dun, 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 dun,
go.
dun.
I get good ideas every once in a
Yeah,
while.
man.
So, Robo Hogan. It just sounds even better.
Can we just make this? Who out there can draw that's listening right now can make a Robo Hogan? Just do it.
That's
Just
it.
do
Thank you, Thomas, for calling. We're going to
Appreciate
see you
you,
at Level Up.
Just say
Yep.
yes.
Yeah, just say yes,
I'm gonna
Thomas.
try to get there.
No,
All right.
you will get there.
Yeah, good man.
Yeah.
Thanks, Thomas. We
Yeah.
appreciate
His
your
arm.
call. All right. Thomas is an avid follower of TCA. We thank him for that as well. I'm glad he got into
Got another
test.
caller.
We have another caller? Wow. Thank you for calling, caller. Who's this, please?
Hi, my name is Mike.
Hi, Mike.
No.
I think you probably want to talk
I got
to.
a quick question.
Go for it.
I was wondering what you guys are thinking about that big match that just got announced this Saturday. Apparently, Mike Steele, the Versus Fight the World champion, is actually going against Beats the Butcher.
And this is Mike
that what I
Smith.
heard?
This is Mike Smith we have on the line,
Mike
right?
Smith. Yeah, Mike Smith.
Yeah, my name's Mike Smith. You can call me Mike, Michael, whatever.
Michael Smith. This is a great opportunity for you guys to understand how much gravity is on the situation for Saturday, because Mike Steele is going to get his face ripped off in front of a whole bunch of people. So if you have time, Michael Smith.
I don't know. Me and all my friends have been saying that Mike's going to win.
Your one friend?
Mike Steele this, Mike Steele that. He's great. He's handsome.
Which one of your friends? Was it
Everyone
Jody?
Literally no
talk
one
about
ever.
Was it
Mike
Jody?
Steele, he's so tall. He's got big muscle.
One of
oh
those
my
are
God,
true.
Have you seen his smile? That's all I ever hear.
Smile
about
is
this
pretty.
guy. You're telling me
I
he's
like
gonna
a smile.
lose?
So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Just so you know, Michael Smith, your one friend is wrong. Just one.
No. I've got like a dozen friends, like exactly like 12,
Where?
exactly 12 friends. All
Where
of
are
them
they?
said the exact same thing. In
Have
fact,
them all
they
call
said
me
it at the
right
same
now.
time
We've
in
got
unison.
time.
It was actually kinda
Aaron, we got
creepy.
time, right?
Yeah, we have a few minutes.
Yeah.
We have about 8.5 minutes.
Have all your friends call right now and tell us this situation right now.
Hopefully his 12 friends have passed it, so 12 people
it's a
will
shame
cheer
'cause
for
they're
him
all-
on
At least
Saturday.
12
now,
people
so
will
they
see
can't.
Mike Steele die in front of everybody. Road Dogg said we can't kill people in wrestling. That's
Oh,
a lie.
man, those
He's
12
going to die.
people.
Things here are getting a little
all
out
I'm
of.
saying is I would like to hear what you guys think. I'd like to hear what the esteemed panel thinks about this humongous Mike Steele versus Beast the Butcher match and why they think Mike's going to come out on top. I'll go ahead and take my answer off the air. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike Smith, for calling. You know, I wish I could provide my thoughts on that, but as a commentator, I have to remain biased. I cannot root for one side or the other because I have to provide commentary straight down the line. So I will.
What's it say? Aaron thinks Beast the Butcher's going to... Oh, you didn't have to write it. You could have said it everywhere.
You mean Aaron, my producer, Aaron? you're
Oh,
talking
that
about.
Aaron?
That's Aaron.
Oh.
Right. That's Aaron E.
Thanks.
I'm AA Ron.
AA Ron.
It's a new wrestling name.
That's right. That's right. What's that? Okay.
Get over here.
That's right. But it'll be great to see the action in the ring, and hopefully I'll have the privilege of calling that match. Who else do you have there for commentary?
We have a pretty good panel there. So we've got John Bonifax coming back to the States to hang out with us for Level Up.
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday, Broseph Joe Brody will be hanging out with you guys.
Okay. That'll
be a fun little time with you guys too. Johnny Rock's supposed to be there. Johnny, holla at your boy, just so you know. And then I think that's the laundry list of people that you're gonna be having some fun with that weekend.
Right on. So I'm going to be drinking a lot of tea and honey going into the weekend.
Yeah, man.
Which is great. That's what I'm there for. That's my call of duty, as I said before. Okay, next topic. Where are we at? Heritage Bank in Cincinnati refusing to host any AEW events because of the relationship with WWE.
I'm surprised that's like the first place to do it. Usually, like once like WWE and WCW were at war, they would always be fighting over venues and stuff like that. So it sounds like that's starting up again now.
But I think Vince McMahon versus Ted Turner was a little bit different than Vince McMahon versus Cody and Tony Khan.
Oh no, it sounds like it's getting petty already.
Oh yeah, I mean it started getting petty with MSG.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't they want to go into MSG and Vince had a hissy fit and actually MSG eventually let them in. However, AEW is also announcing that Dynamite taping will be here in Las Vegas after the Double or Nothing pay-per-view later on this year. So that'll be interesting. Do we know where they're taping that one? Do we T-Mobile or something?
MGM Grand Garden.
Oh, is that the MGM?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Old
very
WCW
good.
stomping grounds.
Right
man.
on.
Kind of funny they're like going around touting that it's almost sold out, but if you look at Ticketmaster, not so much.
I was just going to ask.
Don't do that.
Get there.
We're trying to drum up business. We're trying to drum up
Stooging,
business.
bro.
Now, before I forget, Versus obviously is involved this weekend.
Yes.
Future cards, thoughts, events coming up for Versus afterwards that you can shout out and share?
So I'm going to go and put this out here now. There's going to be a big announcement Sunday of Level Up.
Right on.
After we make that announcement, I think it'd probably be a good idea for me to come back and hang out with you guys.
All right. Sounds good. We can be bought. That's fine.
Apparently there's pizza involved, right?
That's right. We spare every expense to bring you back, Wes. Don't worry about it. We'll spare every expense. Okay, so that's good. So I mean, there's some great things happening with Versus after the event. Next topic.
I'm asleep at the
Thank
wheel.
you. Yeah, sleep at the wheel. That's wood on metal. It doesn't work that way. You know that. Not in my world. Jeff Cobb appeared on Dynamite, but is not yet signed to a contract. Thoughts? He made his appearance last week.
Yeah, it's cool he's on Impact or Dynamite, but I'm surprised they haven't signed him to an actual contract because I guess between New Japan, Ring of Honor, and now he's in AEW, he's all over the place.
Right on.
Jeff Cobb definitely deserves to be everywhere. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's a big dude too, isn't he?
Yeah, man, he's just so strong, man. Like he's probably a little bit taller than me, and he's got like all these muscles. It's like I don't want to deal with you at all. Don't even look at me, Jeff. Just weird.
Exactly. All right, couple of what I want to do is I have 2 rapid fire questions for you, Wes.
Got it.
We'll close out with a couple of pop culture because we're down to about 4 minutes.
Cool.
Bucket list location that you'd like your band to play.
O2 Arena, definitely.
Okay. Bucket list wrestling opponent that you'd like to someday face in the ring.
Ooh, that's hard. Undertaker.
Okay, I lied. I have one more question.
Got it.
Your Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Taker, Austin, Hogan, Savage.
You know there's
Flair.
only 4 faces on Mount Rushmore, right?
Yeah, I got 4, right? That's 4.
No, you added Flair was 5.
Flair can sneak in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll let him go. It's your Mount Rushmore. You can have as many on there as you want.
You can chip into the mountain.
But you need. But you know what?
Richie Rich only had 3, so I can definitely have 4.
But you know what? Of all the people I've asked that question to, you are the first one that was able to come up with names like that, which I think is great. Which is great.
The ones that hit hard.
All right, pop culture. You want to take the first one?
Ryan Newman was released today from the hospital after crashing at the Daytona 500.
Good for him. Very good.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
that accident would look
That's
horrific.
scary, yeah.
That looked gnarly.
Poor
Yeah.
guy. I'm glad he's okay.
It was
Absolutely.
within like feet of the finish line too. That
And it was
the
the
worst
anniversary of losing Dale Earnhardt like 19 years ago at that track. Almost, because he was just going into turn 4 when Earnhardt crashed.
Yeah.
He, like you said, was on the straightaway, I think, coming in, and then he started spinning. The car got under him, lifted him, flipped him. God bless that he made it through, and for his family
He was
as well.
close enough to the finish line that he crashed and still finished
Still
fourth.
finished. That's true. Wow. That's very true. All right, last topic. Golden Knights signed L.A. King Alec Martinez. You a big Knights fan?
I'm not.
You're not. How come?
Blackhawks.
What's that?
Blackhawks.
Oh, that's right, from Chicago.
Yeah,
I'm from
yeah.
Jersey, but I still root for the Knights. I got the Devils, Rangers, and Islanders back there.
I love the team, and I'm very proud that we have a team in Las Vegas. I mean, I just can't take the red, black, and white off versus colors,
Well,
brother.
that's like me with the Raiders coming in. I'm a Giants fan.
There you go.
And I have no
There you
intent
go.
in going into that stadium unless the Giants come. And at that, you have to make it really sweet when I got a 62-inch. Wes, thanks for coming in. We're
Thank
going
you
to start
for having
wrapping
me,
up.
guys. I appreciate it.
I look forward to the weekend, and
Yes.
certainly we'll have your breaking news. We'll get you to come back. We'll talk about Level Up and recapping. We'll set you back up to do that. Thank you, Mr. Belltaker.
You're welcome.
Still employed, my
appreciate
guy.
The comeback.
What's that?
Appreciate the comeback. Thank you so much.
Again, it's all about pizza. That's all they care about right here. Matt, sir, final thoughts.
I just wanted to cover one other thing
Yes,
too.
please.
We got the Vegas Toy Con coming up
Yes.
with the
Thank
Mecca
you.
FSW
Thank
event.
you. Yes.
They've announced Chris Masters, Tessa Blanchard's going to be there. She's the main event.
They better not pull
From
them
what
off
I've
this year.
heard,
I'm gonna be mad.
Pull what?
Pull FSW this year.
Oh,
they got Sting and all them, but they're under Legends
There she
contract.
is.
So
There's the champ.
hopefully,
there's the
because
chance.
there's a bunch of good stuff going to be there. We're going to have passes to start giving away here soon, plus a grand prize. More details are going to come from that.
I just hope.
Keep an eye on our Facebook page.
I just hope we don't get a. Just as I'm about. Okay, that's
Not
it.
again.
Okay.
No Taz music. What's
No,
going
no,
on
no.
here?
The Fiend or whoever does red lights, I don't really care, but that's our cue to get out of here because I don't want any, mandible claws. Wes, thank you again.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate your time with us. Mr. Bell, thank you very much. Matt, as always, good job tonight. Good job putting the show together. Aaron, thank you very much behind the board. GoLive.Vegas. Join us next week right here. Same time, same bat channel. This show will rerun on Sunday, 6 p.m. I'm Aaron. For Matt, for Jason, for Wes, for Aaron, and Mrs. West sitting here in the studio. Thank you for tuning in. Thoughts Count Anywhere. Have a great week. See ya.
See you later.